the last two games here in this arena, that bank shot goes in at the end. So it's a great game. This was something that was it didn't worry me. Part of the process, I knew we were going to have to go through games like this if we're going to be good. And we survived it. I don't know how, but we made just enough good plays down the stretch. I think you can see with Northwestern as they get healthier, and they're going to be a really good team, and they run great stuff and guard really well too. So I'm really pleased to sneak out of here with a W.
Questions, please.
Jen, you talked about before this, you guys wanted to win in the face of adversity, foul trouble,
yeah.
15-2 run. How do you feel like?
Yeah, I mean that's what we needed to have, and sometimes you're going to get better both ways. Somehow, we got to make sure that this W today does make us better, right? Because we could have very well lost that game, and our film sessions, our practice attitude, it's generally going to be different after a win or a loss. And I'm not proud to say that, but it's a fact. People don't like to lose. We don't like to lose. The kids don't like to lose. But we have to make sure that this game resonates with us, because there were so many things we can learn to do better.
All the way in the back, Coach.
Coach, this was one of your lowest scoring games of the year. What did you think that the Cats are able to do defensively to limit you guys offensively?
Well, I think they got a great plan right now defensively. They're long at every position, and that bothered us a little bit. How many turnovers did we end up with? I didn't even look at the stats. 9. So that's good. I mean, that's good. They've been forcing like 14 or 15. A couple of those hurt us actually in that run that they made. I don't think that's our thing. I don't think that's our thing to be able to go out and outscore people. I think we gotta outgrind people sometimes, especially in road games.
Chris?
You talk about your decision to go with Eli down the stretch and the big three that he hit.
Yeah, I'm watching X's shots, and I'm watching every one. I said that one's in. Now that one's in. I've never seen a guy shoot the ball so cleanly and not go in enough. And so, but when he started hitting the front of the rim, he'd been in there a long time, and I said, we got to do something here, right? Because we were playing 4-on-5. They were just daring him to shoot. And as a result, we went with Eli. I got faith in him. Eli's a good defender. He's an above-average defender. I mean, Xavier is a spectacular defender. So we were giving up something, but we needed to get something from somebody at that time, and he gave it to him. And Iggy hitting those back-to-back threes when everything was going the other way was very big.
When opponents do that, when they sag
yeah.
back off of him, is the course of action, you want me to shoot every
I'm going to, I watch him. There's something, I don't know where this lid is on the rim for him, and we just got to just keep working on it. But there's a time where you just got to say, okay, we're going to have to learn to play. Right now, I don't have a plan that when people play that way. The plan is keep shooting it, right? Son, your ball was not like right or left or way off. That ball was going in, and it didn't go in, so keep shooting it. But maybe there's going to be a time down the road to say, all right, so we're going to play with a non-shooting point guard. We're going to win anyhow.
How important was John Teskey's presence tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he's big. I mean, Pardon had a great first half, and he's really crafty. He's a good player. But John in the second half, was really good on him. He's gotten so physical, and then with his weakness going into this year was defensive rebounding in a crowd. And he's getting his body on people. His hands are up. I mean, there's times that ball goes up there. And I saw the same thing with Mo. It's like it's going up. Now we're getting that rebound, where it used to be a mystery whether we're going to get that rebound. So his timing and everything is getting big. So that's two great big men in this league. One's very different. One's going to get 20 post touches and play off the bounce. The other one's going to be more of a high post player, a pick and roll player, but two really good postmen going against each other.
Are you looking for more when he's out of the game? Do you want more from the other guys who are behind him?
I want whatever we can get from all 7, 8 guys that we're playing. I mean, I don't think, we had to make an adjustment today. The matchup wasn't going well at a couple positions, so we ended up going to Jordan Poole, and he did a great job. We're just going to morph to whatever we need to do. Some days will be more to John. Depends how they're playing us. But Pardon's an above-average defender, I think, too.
What was your goal or your plan on defending Northwestern's last possession?
That we were going to switch everything if it was a ball screen, and we were off the ball. The only guy who wasn't switching was John. He was staying with Pardon. So it was but press out, man. The shots that Law was making and Taylor made, they were tough shots. It wasn't like he was getting open. He created all those NBA I call him old Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway senior shot where you fake like you're going to dribble it and you rise up. The end of the first half is a great example of that. We can't play better defense than that. So take your hat off. You got to beat them anyhow.
Coach, what do you think of the new building? I've been here.
Oh, it's tremendous. Yeah, it's tremendous. You know, we went through this in, I think it was 11 at Michigan, and it changed our program. Look at our record since 2011. And once you're able to do this, but the atmosphere is tremendous. Playing these Big Ten games right now, you know, many of you have been here for February dogfights right here between us and Northwestern. Was there any difference? But the arena is tremendous. Just practicing there today, you could just see. They should be very proud. They did a great job. You know, Jim Phillips is one of my favorite ADs, and this is like just done a spectacular job with Northwestern athletics. Because in the Big Ten, there's a lot of resources, and you got to have the resources to win. Northwestern has that now.
Chris you're not a fun guy to watch play.
Yeah.
The spirit. What do you think he gave you today?
Yeah, I mean, he gives us buckets when we can't get one sometimes. He still is going to hunt some bad looks. And he's going to, when he ran over that screen with 2 seconds to go, it was like freshman on. He makes such obvious freshman mistakes sometimes. And missed a curl whether we were going to switch. And then all of a sudden he'll just go get you a bucket. Or get knocked down and make one of the 2 free throws. That was pretty big. And the big 3 he hit. So this kid, just watch him, these baby steps as he learns to play the game, you know, when there's other good players around him.
Andrew,
Same.
John, was your first time getting to see these guys in a huddle late in a game like this. What did you see in those tight moments?
It was good focus, except Xavier wanted to go back in all the time, you know, but it was, and that's natural. I'm surprised he didn't check himself back in with 11 seconds to go, or whatever they had left. But I really saw focus. And, you know, what we ran down the stretch for Jordan, they couldn't have executed it better. So it was just great stuff, and it just showed that we could go from one matchup to another, one style of play to another in the middle of the game. You know, we were trying to go through Iggy for a while, and then he started denying them, so we had to do some different things. But I saw focus, and these guys having said, okay, Coach, what's the plan? Just tell us the plan, and we're going to execute it.
Go ahead.
Can you expand on what makes Derek Pardon so difficult to defend?
He's a 4-year college player. He's really had great experience. He's been a starter at least 3 of those 4 years. Long arms at 6'8", makes him about 6'10". And then he's one of the guys that, like an Ethan Happ type, that when he multiple dribbles, he still feels everything around him. You know, he's got 16 assists, 17 turnovers. That's like a great number for a big man to have 2 assists a game. And turnovers are the turnovers because he gets so many post touches. But the kid's got a great feel for the game. If he could really shoot it, and I think he banked one in today too, right? If he could really shoot it, it would be like a really special player.
You've seen the hook and hold a couple times this year. What's your opinion
Well,
on it?
that's the oddest thing. The foul was on them, on Teskey, and somehow we get a technical foul and they get the ball. I think we got to continue as we look at this and find out is this really worth it? Is this really worth it? I could see if there's a hook and hold and somebody is thrown to the ground, right? Now, all right, let's go to the monitor because this is flagrant. But when it's a simple hook and hold and you don't even know, I could tell you, you could look at it and I hook, but he hooks up. You don't even know. You can't. I look at him and I said, still don't know in slow motion who hooked who. So it's really problematic for the refs, and I feel bad for them. But I think it's got to be if there's a flag, if there's a really, it's like a bad screen. You come up to a screen and you go like that. It's like a violent screen. If it's a violent hook and hold, then we should be going to the monitor. But that today was absurd. That they had to make that ruling. And it was the right ruling as the rule goes.
James, last one.
John, you mentioned the big shots Iggy hit today. He did the same thing against North Carolina. Do you feel like he maybe relishes or likes those moments? To kind of maybe puts it upon himself.
No, that's why he came to Michigan. He wanted to. He watched Nick Stauskas make a lot of those big shots, and he wanted to be in this element and play in front of that crowd today, and that's who he is, and that's why we love him.
And what happened to him when he went down the second half?
Yeah, in the first time, I got elbow in the back, I think, right in the kidney area, which was a stinger. In the second half, he just got knocked down, and the kid gets up, and he's a tough kid. He's a tough kid.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.